Hi, I'm Ryan Moran.
And I'm Josh Karp, and we're here with
Alvin Buenaventura.
How's it going?
It's going well.
Thanks for being here, man.
Thanks for having me.
So we wanted to ask you, how did you first get into comics? What were some of the first comics that you went out and picked up?
The first comics I was reading was Amazing Spider-Man, X-Men, some Superman, and then I got into Image Comics a little bit. I grew up in San Diego, so I was going to the San Diego Comic Convention from pretty early on.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then, yeah, so a lot of mainstream superhero comics.
Okay, and then how did you end up finding out about Daniel?
I had a friend that he had an older sister, and we were in a room and we found issues of 8-Ball, and it was just like nothing I'd ever seen. And I don't know what I made of it back then, but I mean, it's just like it was so. I was especially drawn to like the more absurd strips, like Needle Dick the Bug Fucker, and that became part of like our insult vocabulary.
Yeah,
and it's just like things like that. But then I just kept following it, and my interest in comics has gone through a lot of phases during the years. And 8-Ball and Dan's work has been the only constant throughout. So, yeah.
So you put together, or you edited most of the new book that just came out for Daniel. How long did it take you? Was it a like bang 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 and you're done, or was it like a long process?
Working on it in bits and pieces over about 4 years, but it was just really on and off. He's a neighbor. I live like within probably a couple miles of his house, so. Yeah, I was just going through his stuff. There's a museum exhibition tour that's being put together too. So that curator, Susan Miller, and I were going through his stuff for a few years, and it went through a couple different publishers, but it really came together this past year.
Yeah. Out of all the stuff that's in the book, what was one of your favorite pieces?
I'm actually really behind all the writers. I mean, it's some of our favorite writers. I love Christine McKenna's piece. She's just an awesome interviewer. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
How does it feel to be his sort of unofficial biographer? He sort of turns to you for information about his own life.
I feel like more of his friend, and I'm just a fan of his work. His official biographer, or unofficial, is this guy named Ken Perel, who just actually did my favorite piece in the book, and it's just a very in-depth look at his comics, and I mean, I've read these comics hundreds of times, and it's just reading his take on it, it's just like, whoa, there's a lot of layers here, and he's just really brilliant, so.
On top of doing the book, you also run Pigeon Press, correct?
Yeah, Pigeon Press is a small business that I started after Buenaventura Press, which I did a while ago, and I'm trying to figure out how to publish comics in a way that I feel comfortable these days, because books are obviously just taking a different route, and I'm finally accepting that books are a different place with electronic media. So I'm going back to doing small editions. Like I just finished this small book with Charles Burns, and I'm just like hand binding them, and we made like 400. And I think that's the way to go. It's just to make really small like boutique books and just
with heart in
yeah, exactly. So just working really closely with him and just yeah. So I think I'm going to go in that direction, and then maybe do a couple more big projects like this with some of the cartoonists that I like a lot.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, we look forward to seeing some of your stuff.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Thank you for your time, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.